So, yeah, this is pretty fascinating stuff. So, I'm just going to start recording it here.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I need you to listen very carefully to me. I'm asking you to get the Michael Rood TV app. I'm asking you to do this because there's going to be a time
I'll put a link in the
that
description.
the truth is not going to be allowed to be disseminated. And as a proof of this, we have a special guest that had just walked into the studio right during my interview with Marinelle Wyatt and Randall Lee. And when he walked into the studio, this is what we are hoping for today. But I need to tell you that he was on a broadcast on YouTube. In 24 hours, there were millions and millions of views. This has much to do with what is going on in the world right now. And after millions and millions of views, they immediately pulled him. He is here today. In America, in the Christian world, we have had so many false prophets, people who claimed they were prophets, people that other networks have had them on as prophets. And the prophecies that they would declare, none of them, not one of them saw the epidemic that we are now experiencing. Not one of them saw it coming. Some of them, after it had happened, then claimed they saw it coming, but then they had to retract it because nothing that they had said or recorded in the last year indicated they knew anything. But, ladies and gentlemen, there are some true prophets in America. They have spoken. They have seen years ahead exactly what we are experiencing now. And to tell us about these prophets, we have a man that I want you to listen to very carefully. And if he is completely taken off all access, you still need to hear this.
Okay, so now you might think he's being nutty here, but he's actually being sarcastic. So just keep watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Rashid Buttar. Rashid,
how are you? It's great seeing you.
welcome, brother.
Thank you so much.
Please, tell us about the prophets in America. Tell us what has transpired here.
Well, Michael, the only two people that I know that could fit into that category of prophets would have to be Dr. Anthony Fauci and Bill Gates. Dr. Fauci predicted as far back as in 2017 that there would be a surprise pandemic in this administration. Bill Gates has been talking about pandemic potential for a number of years, to the point that he was astute enough to have a company called Pirbright out of Europe file patents for the actual coronavirus, COVID-19. Remember, you cannot patent a naturally occurring substance, right? So the first question that I would ask, first question any logical person I think would ask, I'm sure that you would agree with me, that why would anybody have a patent on a virus? What would be the reason to have a patent on a potential pathogenic substance? I can understand having a patent on a treatment, on a vaccine, on some way to alleviate an infection, but why would you have a patent on the causation, on the actual pathogen, on the virus or bacteria, or whatever other component would be potentially lethal? Why would anybody have a patent on it?
So it would seem that he is a prophet who foresaw the future and has invested to where he could make millions, perhaps billions, off any treatment, any vaccine, anything like that. And for Anthony Fauci to be able to predict, to see into the future that this administration, that Donald Trump's administration would be surprised by a pandemic. This is the only thing that I've heard that even reaches into the area of the prophetic at this point. Everything else in the Christian world has been kind of nonsense. How is it that you feel that these men have been able to predict the future?
Well, either they're prophets, as you said, or they have crystal balls, because my crystal ball doesn't work that accurately. I've tried. It just doesn't. I mean, we can't even predict the market, what it's going to do tomorrow, whether it's going to go up, down, or stay sideways. But they knew that there would be a pandemic, and that they even knew the virus that would cause it, and they even had a drill a few months before. In fact, what's really interesting, when you look at Pirbright, which is a company that owns the patents, which is controlled by the Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation, when you look at that patent, it was interesting because one of those, there's multiple patents that were filed for, but they were perfected and granted on November 2019. I believe it was November 17th, 2019, if memory is correct. And it's interesting that that patent was issued less than a month before the first case of COVID-19 in Wuhan.
Something to think about.